Hello everyone and welcome to another Maths tutorial video. Now I'll be discussing Form 5 Additional Mathematics, Chapter 10 Linear Programming, Long Question Example 4. Okay, before that, please like this video to show your support and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Alright, let me read the question now. Tycho Sindirihan Berhad received an order for 2 models of wooden cabinets, which is Standard and Deluxe. The order is for X units of the standard model and Y units for the deluxe model subject to the following constraint. Okay guys, whenever you meet this type of statement, okay, I want you to underline this, okay, which means X unit for standard model and Y unit for deluxe model. So from now onwards, what we're going to do, we're going to represent X and Y as standard and deluxe respectively. Okay, let us continue to read the remaining question. The total number of units of the wooden must be at least 100. Each unit of the standard model requires 2.5 hours to be assembled, while each unit of the deluxe model requires 5 hours to be assembled. The available assembling time is 400 hours. The number of units of the standard model must be at least equal to the number of units of the deluxe model. So these are the respective 3 constraints, guys. Okay, continue to read the remaining question. So based on this statement, the question asks to write down 3 inequalities other than x more than equals to 0 and y more than equals to 0 which satisfy the above constraint. Hence, using a scale of 2 cm to 20 units on the x-axis and 2 cm to 10 units on the y-axis, construct and shade the feasible region R which satisfy all the given constraints. Using your graph in B, find the maximum number of units of the standard model and the maximum number of units of the deluxe model produced if the number of units of the standard model ordered is twice the number of units of the deluxe model ordered. Okay, let me turn to the next page to read the remaining question. So please hold on for a moment, guys. The minimum cost required if the cost to produce a unit of the standard model and a unit of the deluxe model are 40 ringgit and 60 ringgit respectively, and the client decided to order exactly 80 units of the standard model and Y units of the deluxe model. Okay, so this is the question, guys, provided to us. Okay, let us proceed to the question part A now. Okay, like I've mentioned, whenever you meet any linear programming question, the first step what you need to do is you need to identify the constraint and write them in mathematical form. Okay, let us start to identify the constraint. So the first one is the total must be at least 100. The total of standard and deluxe must be at least 100. That means your x plus y should be more than equals to 100. You write this in terms in mathematical form. Okay, that is for the first constraint. Okay, moving on to the second one. Okay, so 2.5x plus 5y should be less than equals to 400. Since your available hours is 400, so 2.5x plus 5y less than equals to 400. Okay, but then if you want to plot in the graph, so you need to simplify this equation. So you simplify this equation by divide the whole equation by 2.5. So from here you get x plus 2y less than equals to 160. So this is your second constraint, guys. Okay, moving on to the last one. So your last one is the number of standard should be at least more than equals to the number of deluxe. But then if you want to plot in the graph, you need to plot y in terms of x. So what you do, you flip this inequality and you express y in terms of x. So therefore you get y less than equals to x. So this will be your third constraint here, guys. Okay, that is all for the step 1. Okay, once you have already identified the constraint and write them in the mathematical form, so what we do in the next step is we draw the graph and then we shade the region R, okay, which satisfy the inequalities, guys. The 3 inequalities which you have mentioned over here. Okay, I've already completed the linear programming graph. So let me show you the completed shaded region now. So please hold on for a moment, guys. So this is the linear programming of Tycho Sendirian Berhad, or also known as Tycho Private Limited. Okay. So first what you do, you make sure that you follow according to the scale. So 2 centimeter to 20 units for the x-axis and 2 centimeter to 10 units for the y-axis. So you make sure you use the proper scale, and then you start to plot the graph. Okay, to plot the graph, we start by using x plus y equals to 100. Okay, you use the intercept method, or if you want to use any 2 points, it's up to you. So in this case I use intercept. So x intercept, which is 100, and your y intercept, which is 100. Okay, you find these 2 points and then you plot the graph. Okay, that is for the first one, x plus y equals to 100. Okay, for the second one, x plus 2y equals to 160. The same thing applies here, guys. Okay, I use the intercept. Your x-intercept is 160 and your y-intercept is 80. Okay, you use these 2 points. Okay, use these 2 points and then you plot the second graph. X plus 2y equals to 160. Okay, this is for the second one. And then for the last one, y equals to x. I think this will be the easiest one to plot the graph. Okay, so what you do, you choose any 2 points. The first one I start from the origin, and the second one I start at the coordinate 10 and 10. Okay, you choose these 2 points and then you plot the graph, guys. Okay, that is all for the first step of doing the linear programming. Okay, once you have already draw the graph, and then what you do, you need to identify which region satisfy the following constraint. Okay, in this case, what you do, like I've mentioned in the previous tutorial videos, you start with the first graph, guys. In this case, x plus y equals to 100. Okay, in the question they mentioned that x plus y should be more than equals to 100. So more than equals to means you should shade top of the graph. That means what you do, don't shade first, you put a mark in every possible region. Okay, and then the same thing you apply for the x plus 2y equals to 160. In the question they mentioned x plus 2y should be less than equals to 160. Okay, the same thing you apply. You mark it downwards at every possible region, and then you proceed with the third one. Y you should be less than equals to x. Since less than equals to x means you should mark the possible region at down over here, guys. Make sure you don't left anything, mark at every possible region. Okay, once you've already marked at every possible region, you calculate which one has the highest number of points in a possible closed region. Okay, in this case, this region has the highest number of points collected here, guys. So that's why I shaded this region, and I mentioned here region R over here. Okay, that is all for the question B, guys. So we have already shaded the region, and then we write here a region R. Okay. Let me turn back to the question to discuss the question part C now. Okay, proceed to the question part C. So for the question C part 1, from the question they mentioned that the number of standards should be 2 times of the number of deluxe. So that's why I write here x is equals to 2y here, guys, in this relation. But then when you want to plot your graph, you must express y in terms of x. So y in terms of x means 2y will be equals to x, and then from here to get your y, what you do, x you divide with 2. So therefore you get your y is equals to 1 over 2x. Okay, so what you do, you use this relation and you plot the graph, and then from there you need to find the maximum point here, guys. Okay, from here, from the graph we get the maximum point is 80, 40. Okay, let me show you the graph now to prove it. Okay, so this is your straight line equation which I've plotted in the dotted line. Y equals to 1 over 2x. You choose any 2 points. Okay, the first one I start with the origin, and then the second one I start with coordinate 20, 10. Okay, you choose these 2 points, and then from here you make a dotted line. Okay, and then you see which one intersects. Okay, as you can see here, there are intersecting at the 2 points over here. Okay, this one will be your minimum and this one will be your maximum over here. Okay, when you look at your maximum over here, you can see that it's intersecting at the coordinate 80, 40. Okay, that means that your x maximum is 80 and your y maximum is 40. So it's clearly proven over here, guys, it's intersecting at this point. Okay, back to our discussion. So from the graph, we know that our x max is equals to 80 and your y max equals to 40. Okay, that is all, guys, for the question C part 1. Okay, moving on to the question C part 2. So given that your cost equation is equals to 40x plus 60y, okay, 40x, this is represent for the standard, and 60y represent for the deluxe. Okay, and then they mention in the question, the client decided to order exactly 80 units of the standard model. So we know that x will be equals to 80, but then we need to find the which y value gives the minimum cost required. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the graph paper, and then we're going to use this x equals to 80 to find the possible y value. Okay, let me show you the way. Okay, so what you do here, okay, you take your small ruler, okay, you pull it up. Okay, as you can see here, when you pull up, it intersecting at the 2 point over here. Okay, what you do, you interpolate it, the 2 points. Okay, when you interpolate the 2 points, as you can see here, it's intersecting at the 2 points over here, 2 y points. The first one is your y equals to 20, and the second one is y equals to 40. Since our motive here to find the minimum cost, you have to choose y equals to 20, guys. Okay, when your x is equals to 80, your y is equals to 20. But then this is not your final answer. You still have to substitute these two values into the cost equation. Okay, let me show you the remaining working now. Okay, from the graph, when x equals to 80, your y minimum is equals to 20 and your y maximum is equals to 40. In this case, you choose the y minimum here, guys, because you want to find the minimum cost. So to find your minimum cost is equals to 40 times with 80, and then you plus with 60 times with 20. So from here, you get your minimum cost is 4,400 ringgit. So this will be your final answer, guys. Okay, let me put back the question paper for your reference. So please hold on for a moment. Okay, that is all for the step-by-step working and solution for this question. I hope you understand the step-by-step working that I've shown to you. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Thank you everyone for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.